All right, Josh, what are we making today?
Making a Guyanese curry.
Just to me with broccoli.
This one's a lot of prep. Gotta get a lot of different things going, and then we can
Throw it all together.
pretty much. Technically, this would be a one-pot thing, but I wouldn't really classify it as that. Especially considering I'm going to use a second pot for rice. Basically, we got to get the potatoes going.
So this recipe is special to us because it's adapted from our grandmother's recipe. Because we are half Trinidadian.
As you can clearly tell by our incredibly
stark white appearance. But we are in fact half Trinidadian. And our grandmother was also raised in Guyana, so this recipe comes straight from Guyana.
I'm cutting chicken into smaller, more bite-sized pieces, of course, easier to eat. Though I could get the rice going, because for this I like to just have plain white rice.
You could serve it with plain rice. You could do like more seasoned rice, or you could have roti. We have both roti and rice.
So this is the main stuff in the curry, is the potatoes and the chicken. I guess he doesn't like that fact. I'm going to put some broccoli in it, if that makes you feel better. So have I ever showed you actually how to cut broccoli?
No.
You just cut it off like this. This way you're not going to make so much mess with the...
I actually kind of wanted to do that.
Do you?
Yeah. Didn't need to be taught. I already know.
So you just kind of cut it from the stem down. That way you make less of a mess. Because if you do it, if you cut it like this,
then you start getting all those broccoli pieces. It's annoying. I guess you should also share your credentials because you are a trained chef.
Do too much. I went a couple of years to George Brown in Toronto.
Was it a good school or is it a bad school?
It's one of the best in the country, if not the world, allegedly. I never looked it up myself, but that is what they say. And I don't do any special stuff when it comes to plugging my nose or putting the onion in the freezer or anything like that. I just
suck it up.
Quicker it is done. I haven't cried over an onion in probably well over 10 years.
I did on Christmas because I had to cut all of the onions.
Oh, I remember you saying that, which is why I
had to cut it for all of the stuffing, and it was a lot.
Alright, so I'm heating up the frying pan now, so I'm going to first cook off the chicken. So it's going to be about 60 to 70% done. Basically, once it's all white, then I'll take that off. I'll put the onion in and sweat that out with the different curry, paprika, cinnamon, and all that stuff. And then I'll add basically everything back in, and then just cook it off. Because it's basically a stew.
Thanks, chef.
You can just put that on top of that plate, and then we'll move it over.
Yes, chef.
So I'm now adding oil to it, and I'll give that about a minute to warm up. And then I will add the chicken to it.
You and I do this a little bit differently.
Which part do you mean?
I don't cook off the chicken.
Nope. You just, without doing that...
You saw nothing. When Granny first taught me how to make curry, we did it in the oil, but we did all the curry seasonings first. And then put the chicken in, and then we never take the chicken out. It just stays in the whole time.
Chicken in.
This is chicken breast, but you definitely could do it with thigh, and it would be a little...
Yeah, I actually really like it with chicken thighs.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit like juicier. Now we're adding all the seasonings.
Yeah, you can add salt. I'm not going to because I try to cook with as less salt as I can.
Onion powder or garlic powder?
That one was garlic. I'm gonna put a little onion powder in. I don't know if I normally put onion powder in it, but I've got it, and it doesn't take away from anything, so nothing wrong with that. So we're gonna just kind of mix it up, make sure that we can get all the pieces. So I'm gonna add more pepper, more garlic, more of everything afterwards when I start to make the gravy. Also want to try to cut these as even as possible so they cook evenly. Now, I always find it funny when I'm When I have bigger potatoes, I always seem to cut them bigger, and then when I have smaller potatoes, I cut
Say,
smaller.
you're cutting that pretty small.
Yeah, I do it subconsciously, and I gotta stop myself. It's now pretty much where I want it. There's no pink, there's no visible pink. So then I always take this out and just put it on the plate.
So right now the onions are just going.
It's more to just kind of see how much I'm putting in, as opposed to
Actually
needing,
measuring it.
yeah.
Onions, curry powder, and paprika so far in there.
I don't want to put too much cinnamon in there.
That smells like Granny's kitchen now.
Yep, and it's gonna smell like that for 3 days. So like I said, now is the time for the garlic. Again, this is something I do like to measure out just to know I have enough, not so much because I need to do that. It deglazes the bottom, so then everything that was in there is now swimming around.
Get all the good stuff.
Exactly. See, and at this point, I'd actually throw a little bit more pepper in, just because. Don't get them in. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, most of this is already about 70% to probably actually more than that.
So it looks really liquidy, but it starts to thicken up very quickly. So it'll be more of the gravy consistency.
And I also do add a little cream at the end, so just to give it that extra little thickness. So the only thing that's left to actually add is the broccoli, but I'm not going to add that for a while.
He just went and added it without letting me know. Even though we're filming this.
I'm going to put the lid back on it. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. And I'm going to turn the timer on for 5 minutes. I don't really need the timer. I just kind of like to see how much time is actually going by. So we're going to be adding 35% whipping cream. It's just because it's the one I have. You can use cooking cream. I even have 3.25. Mix it up. Gives it that little extra thickness to it for gravy. All right, this is the finished product.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's good. It needs pepper sauce. Oh my god, that one burnt my tongue.
No curry dishes complete unless you got pepper sauce.
Alright, well thanks for watching this video. If you want the full recipe, it is on our website, theparentingplate.com. We'll have it linked down below. And if you liked this recipe, make sure you
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Thanks for watching.